we talk about how Technicolor is a creative technology company, and a lot of the action, at least a lot of the news, a lot of the headline-grabbing news have been around devices, have been around technology. But one of the concerns has been, do we have enough content to feed this demand for virtual reality? To what extent are artists available and ready to work in this emerging medium?
Well, first, no, we do not have enough content to provide this desire to experience some kind of immersive experience. We don't have enough coming through because we're not yet producing the type of content that's going to drive people to put on these headsets, and we don't even have the headsets right today for people to feel comfortable that they want to be able to sit with them for 8 hours at a time. You know, humans are interesting. We are probably the only known animal that really ponders our existence in the universe. We have a greater capacity to think of the past and think of the future than we believe other animals are able to do. We're able to sit in front of a game console for hours and hours at a time and interact with it. We're able to think about where we are going and from where we have come. And I believe as we put on this immersive headset, what's going to happen from the experiences we have will allow us to actually experience a broader sense of time, a greater connection to the world around us rather than less of a connection to the world around us. This is a very optimistic view of what's going to ultimately happen with these virtual experiences. We have everybody looking at their iPhone or at their Android. They are disconnected from the present. And we have found our children or even ourselves not paying attention to the world around us. It is because it is a separate reality from the reality in which we should be existing in. When you put an immersive reality, you have to exist in it. So it's going to change again the way our brains are connecting to the world, because it'll be everything we see, everything we feel, everything we hear will be managed through an artist's perception. We will be involved in the story. And this is where Technicolor is going to have a real opportunity, because we have forever been helping the storyteller imagine and tell their stories. And these stories are going to become so much more real, so much more present, so much more immersive when it is involving everything. Your eyes, your ears, ultimately your sense of touch, haptics, your sense of smell and taste. All of it will ultimately be interacting with the story around you. And we can be part of making sure that that story is as a immersive and exciting experience as one can possibly have. The technology is going to continually improve. The stories will always be the thing, though, that's driving people to put on the headset. People will be happy putting on the headsets with lower resolution. They'll be happy today. They'll be happier tomorrow when the resolution improves. There's a perception that the technology won't be immersive until you get up to a certain resolution, 8K, 16K resolution. There's a perception that it is unnecessary for us to actually tell stories until we have a perfect version of this virtual reality, one that is so indistinguishable from reality that you wouldn't know whether you're actually looking through a headset or looking outside the headset. I want to disabuse anybody of the notion that that is coming anytime soon. And then separately, I don't think it's important. It would be almost like saying we should not be talking about film when it was in black and white. Now, we're happy that film moved to color, but there were many, many years of black and white film too. And we still had great lighting in black and white. Probably the best lighting that ever occurred started with black and white films and taught us how to properly light in color. We didn't wait for the technology for color to make film. We should not wait for the technology in VR, and I'm going to now say virtual experiences, to become so real that we're not telling stories even if the resolution's still only at 2 or 4K.